It's a beautiful Monday morning today, 13th of October 2025. Good morning, Najeebat. How was your weekend?
Good morning. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, looking dazzling as ever.
Likewise, you.
Okay, yeah, my weekend was fine as well. It was quite restful. So, and welcome to this morning's newspaper review on Emirate Radio. Emirate Radio is located behind the Federal Ministry of Environment off Old Jebba Road, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. And as you already know how we do it here on the newspaper review, we bring you news making waves on the Nigerian papers. So the papers we have this morning are the Punch newspaper, the Daily Post newspaper.
We have the Leadership and the Nation newspaper, as well as other newspapers you've mentioned.
So stay with us as we take you through the headlines first and then the news in details. I am Latifah Ibrahim-Arowona, and with me this morning is Eva Dazzling.
I am Najeebat Oyerinde.
Okay, so stay with us. We'll be back in a bit. Welcome back. On the Daily Post newspaper this morning, World Teachers Day. Stakeholders rue poor condition of Nigerian counterparts.
Joining you on the Daily newspaper this morning, Nnamdi Kanu, 8-day vacuum after appeal court acquittal notified trail, says Global Defense Team.
Still on the Daily Post newspaper this morning, PDP, LP, APGA, SDP, and NPP senators working with APC, says Shehu Sani.
Moving to the Leadership newspaper, 8 teams battle for glory at National Amputee Football Championship in Abuja.
Still on the Daily Post newspaper this morning, troops rescue kidnapped victims, dislodge bandits in Kwara.
Moving to the Punch newspaper, Sowore mourns renowned activist Abiodun Aremu.
On the Daily Post newspaper, still bring 20 million naira or forget your farms. Bandit threatens Zamfara farmers.
Moving to the Punch newspaper this morning, Trump arrives in Israel as hostage fled from Gaza.
And on the Punch newspaper this morning, women raised to accept shame without protest, says Natasha.
Moving to the Nation newspaper, VP Sultan Hoda commits to policies supporting girl child inclusion.
And lastly, on the Punch newspaper this morning, ASU rejects FG's proposal, begins 2-week strike today.
And lastly, from the Nation newspaper this morning, Konoa rejects planned strike actions, reaffirms commitment to academic stability.
So those are the news headlines we are going to look into. So stay with us as we take you through the news in details. Welcome back. On the Daily Post newspaper this morning, PDP, LP, APGA, SDP, and NPP senators working with APC, says Shehu Sani. Former Kaduna Central Senator Shehu Sani has disclosed who the senators of the Labour Party, People's Democratic Party, All Progressive Ground Alliance, Social Democratic Party, and New Nigerian People's Party are working harmoniously with the APC senators. He disclosed that the side of the opposition in the Senate chambers is coming empty. Sani was reacting to remarks by the Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed that defected are cowards. Posting on X, the opposition sits on the left-hand side of the Senate presidents in the chambers. It appears that the side is becoming empty. The Bauchi governor reportedly called the defectors cowards. The truth is that even without defections, they are working harmoniously with the ruling senators. Okay, we will not go with the winning party. I beg, nobody is a loser. I am not a loser. Nobody is a loser. So I beg, let's just be going together.
We'll definitely do that. Joining you on the Daily Post newspaper this morning, Nnamdi Kanu hates the vacuum after appeal court acquittal nullified trial, says Global Defense Team. The Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Global Defense Consortium has asserted that an 8-day jurisdictional vacuum, which ensued after the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra was acquitted by the Court of Appeal, had nullified its prosecution by the Nigerian government. The consortium, comprising lawyers fighting for Kanu's freedom, made the demand in an advocacy brief dated yesterday. The statement, titled Exposing the Jurisdictional Farce, the 8-day death of Nnamdi Kanu's prosecution and the corrupt panel stay that defied justice, is signed by Dr. Idawa Frida, Nnamdi Kanu Global Defense Consortium, on behalf of the consortium's international legal and advocacy team. The consortium noted that between today, when the Court of Appeal acquitted Kanu, to October 21, 2022, when a panel led by Justice Aruna Tassaman issued a stay of execution of the acquittal, 8 days lapsed during which a jurisdictional vacuum existed, rendering the trial extinct under law. Highlighting what is described as the 8-day jurisdictional vacuum, a fatal chance that killed the prosecution in law, the statement said. On October 19, 2022, the Court of Appeal, Abuja Division, delivered a landmark unanimous judgment in Federal Republic of Nigeria versus Nnamdi Kanu.
Like, seriously, Nnamdi Kanu these days, I don't know what's really going on, but the fact that Sowore has come out plainly and is not afraid of anything to say the federal government should release him and all that, he deserved it. I don't think Sowore has known what this man has done before. It's as if he's not even alive in this world to know what this man has done. This man that has been inciting people. This man is not in Nigeria. You stay in his room wherever he is abroad, and you will stay and be inciting the gullible Nigerians, because that's what I'm going to call us.
Yes.
Like, that man is very gullible. He's staying there abroad online. They say they want Biafran.
And very dark man are just like the same thing.
Like,
when was Sowore?
Where was he?
Even arrested and all. Where was he?
Where was
he?
he?
Even know the story from
the beginning? Even if he did not know, he should have gone back to the history and read. He's not supposed to be out. Imagine that means if this man was the president elected, he would have released someone. He would release someone like Kanu. And if he had released someone like Kanu, he's one that's going to usurp his power and make Nigeria a Biafran country.
I feel like maybe because the president is trying to release some inmates. He actually
released, you see, that news ban, it got me really furious when I saw it during the weekend. I was like, what now? These presidents, like, if you check the list of those people this man released, and there's this girl that was a northern lady that killed her husband. The fact that Mr. President could release people on like that means he has given people free will to commit crimes, and then eventually, if you spend like 4 or 5 years in the prison, you are free to go.
When I saw the news, people were like, you people should be safe out there, because
it's really disgusting.
It will be full of crime. Because those people that they just released,
they are going to commit more crimes again.
They do not know what they have done.
They don't. They
are not remorseful.
Especially those people that killed people.
They are not remorseful.
No, they are not.
You now releasing them now out to the public again. It's very dangerous.
Very dangerous. People are not safe. We are not safe again in Nigeria, as far as I'm concerned. Seriously. Okay, away from the whole labalu of the Sowore and
Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes. Still on the Daily Post newspaper this morning, World Teachers Day, stakeholders rule poor condition of Nigerian counterparts. Last week, Nigeria joined other nations across the world to celebrate World Teachers Day. It, however, came with mixed feelings as teachers in Nigeria re-echoed their ugly fate in the country. Newsmen report that the federal government restated its commitment to improving the welfare, recognition, and professional support of teachers across Nigeria as the country joined the global community to commemorate the 2025 World Teachers Day. The Minister of Education, Maruf Olatunji Alausa, alongside the Minister of State for Education, Professor Said Ahmed, said this during a symposium held ahead of the official celebration that was for October 5th. At various events held across Nigeria, teachers, unions, and education stakeholders lamented the slow pace of policy implementation, poor remuneration, and inadequate teaching facilities, which they said continues to undermine the quality of education. They call on the federal and state government to prioritize teachers' welfare and ensure that promises made to the education sectors are fulfilled. The national president of the Nigerian Union of Teachers, Comrade Audu Amba, in a good message read in states across the country, called on governments to adequately fund public education and invest in teachers. You see these teachers, but Nigerian teachers, but like they used to say, teachers' reward is in heaven, especially that of Nigerian teachers. The fact that minimum wage is not up to NYC Alawi, that it is disastrous. Teachers that go to school from 7 to
now
2.
the people are already advocating that teachers should be closing by 12.
I'm telling you,
so
they
that
should
they
go
can
and
be
work.
able to work and do other
And the people too
businesses.
should go and learn handwork. They should not stay in school, because like going to school now, you have to have handiwork to support it. If not, you are just nothing in Nigeria.
Exactly.
As long as I'm concerned.
I was having a discussion with someone yesterday about this NYC of a thing being 1 year. That if at all because we heard that the government is trying to extend it for 2 years.
For what now?
If at all it's going to be for 2 years, at least that 2 years they should be paying them for that 2 years, and at the same time, while serving, they should allow them go for vocational training, those entrepreneurship so when they are done with their service, there won't be any issue like, okay, I'm looking for job when you've learned maybe tailoring or hairdressing or everything. When you've learned that, when you are done with your NYC,
you have
start
something
your
to
business.
back on, of course.
So that's why I was saying that even not only NYC alone, in other secondary schools or junior secondary schools, though it's very difficult, because there are some children that will just go astray in the process.
You see, I don't think children are going to go astray as long as I'm concerned. Just my personal opinion. I think that most of those courses they do in secondary schools, they are not all that important. If they can cut them to maths, English, biology for sciences, and then for commercial other courses, that they should make them like 4, and make entrepreneurship very, very compulsory, and it happens every day. You choose tailoring, I choose hairdressing, like every day, and it happens practical. It's going to go a very, very long way than all these courses people are doing, and then eventually you graduate and then you stay in your father's house.
Just like in Kwara State University now, we have a course, entrepreneurship, and it's compulsory for everybody.
For how many years?
It's just for that period that we're in school.
No.
And
I know
you
some
have
people
to register your business in the process.
CAC?
Yes.
That's good.
We have
it's a very good initiative.
So in Kwara State University, I know that we are being trained for entrepreneurship programs.
Yeah, and I'm very sure that those that are very, very serious are going to make very good use of that, and then eventually
it's a must, because for you to pay, you have to pay for the CAC registration on your portal. So why would you just pay and you won't try to register your business? So people would think, I'll be like, this is an opportunity. Do you know how many months it takes for people to get their CAC certificate?
Yes,
but now in Kwara State University, they are going to you are going to register from the school. The school will take your list to the place, and it's not it won't take any time at all. It's just like 1 month, 2 months, and you get
that's
your
a very good
certificate.
initiative on the Kwara State University side. But seriously, teachers are going through a lot in Nigeria. Like apart from teachers that are on service, teachers that are pensioners too. My sister, I have a very nice grandma that stays very close to me. This woman, I pity her. Like seriously, it's really somehow the fact that she's already retired, and then the money she's receiving monthly, she has to buy drugs, she has to stock her house for food, and that money is not even enough again, because things are so expensive. So it's not just teachers that are in service that are suffering. No, the teachers who are already retired, they are suffering.
It's not only teachers, because as at 2017, 2018, I had someone that had retired. The person is not a teacher, but the person is a civil servant, but not on teacher line. Her pension is just 44,000.
Can you imagine? What would she use that for? Now imagine she has to buy drug. And drugs are mad expensive now. Like, so let's just go away from it, and our time is going to be very, very up soon. So.
Yes. Still on the leadership newspaper this morning, 8 teams battle for glory at National Amputee Football Championship in Abuja. Kano Pillars, Kwara FC, Kaduna State, Imo State, Habagida FC, Niger State, Plateau State, and Phoenix FC are set to compete for top honors at the National Amputee Football Championship from 13 to 17 October 2025 at the FIFA Goal Project MKO Abiola Stadium in Abuja. This tournament also serves as a talent selection platform from the 2026 Amputee World Cup in Liberia and Costa Rica, scheduled from 31 July to 9th August 2026. Teams will vie for national supremacy in what is anticipated to be Nigeria's most competitive amputee football event yet. Chief Paul Madoko, president of the Nigerian Amputee Federation, commended the teams for their dedication, noting that their participation signifies the port's steady growth. I am proud of the teams for their sacrifices and passion. This championship provides a vital platform for players to compete, improve, and showcase their talent, he remarked.
Oh, that's nice. So, from the Daily Post newspaper to the Punch newspaper. ASU rejects FG's proposal, begins 2-week strike today. The Academic Staff Union of University will today commence a 2-week warning strike after the ultimatum issued to the federal government elapsed yesterday. The announcement was made by the national president of the union, Professor Chris Piuna, at the press briefing at the University of Abuja yesterday. The renewed standoff between ASU and the government comes amid ongoing negotiations aimed at averting another round of industrial unrest in public universities. Last Wednesday, the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, disclosed in Abuja that the government had entered the final phase of talk with ASU and other unions to resolve lingering disputes over welfare, funding, and the implementation of the 2009 ASU-FGN agreement. Alausa noted that the Tinubu administration had already made significant progress with the release of 50 billion naira for the payments of earned academic allowances, while another 150 billion naira had been captured in the 2025 budget for needs assessments to be disposed in 3 trenches. But declaring the strike, Piwana said that compatriots of the press, it goes without saying that there is nothing sufficient on the ground to stop the implementation of the ASU next resolution to embark on a 2-week warning strike at the expiry of a 14-day notice given on the 28th of September 2025. Siwa, that was what we just talked about teachers. But these ASU people, my personal opinion is that, I don't know, they only fight for themselves. And that's why they've been in this yama all this while.
They are just putting all this people's education on stake because they are not fighting for the students at all. They are fighting for their own interests. We know that they are doing a whole lot of job as being a lecturer and all, but then it's not only about fighting for yourself. No. There are other things you have to fight for. There are a lot of students in all institutions that they have inadequate infrastructures and how they are supposed to fight because the NANS president cannot do it all. Anything.
They can't.
He can't even do anything. He does not have the power. It's just for him to propose a bill that okay, this is what we want, and they sign it.
They say no.
So there are a lot of other things that they are in LASU now. They have issues with hostel accommodations and how people were trying to tell the government that for them to get to school on a daily basis is very difficult for them because where they are taking where they are staying and it's far from the school.
And imagine you have 8 o'clock lecture. You have to sleep overnight in the school. Imagine.
They
don't care about the student welfare.
Some
only
students
their
will
own
get
welfare.
To school by 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock lecture, and it's already gone.
And some lecturers, they are fire.
Exactly. You do not attend my class.
Carry over. Straight.
We're moving to the Punch newspaper this morning. Showoremon's renowned activist Ibrahim-Arowona, former presidential candidate of the African Action Congress and convener of the Revolution Now movement, Omoyele Sowore, has mourned the death of renowned activist and secretary of the Joint Action Front, Ibrahim-Arowona. Aremu was also a leading voice in the pro-labor civil society movement, was reportedly knocked down by a vehicle while crossing the road to his residence in Ota, Ogun State, around 6 p.m. on Sunday. He was said to have rushed to a nearby hospital where medical personnel made effort to resurrect him with oxygen, but he was later confirmed dead. Reacting to the development, Sowore, in a post via his Facebook page on Sunday night, described Aremu as a revolutionary senior comrade and mentor. The human rights activist said Aremu's contributions to social justice and liberation struggles in Africa would not be forgotten. He wrote, "Sad to hear that our revolutionary senior comrade and mentor Abiodun Aremu has passed away. We will deeply miss his courage, wisdom, and unwavering commitment to justice and the liberation of the African continent. May his soul rest in power, and may his legacy continue to inspire the struggle for a fairer, and just world."
I mean, oh, that's a very sad one there. Imagine, that one was hale and hearty in the morning yesterday. Imagine.
It's not expected.
That's why in this world, but you just have to be good. Because you don't know what's going to happen the next minute. Anything can happen.
To write something like this about him is
that means, yes,
good person.
He's a good person. Because Showore is something. I should not say it. Seriously, the fact that he was
able
to come outside.
It's the other side. So
seriously, the man is good.
It's just good to be good. Wherever you have, whatever you are doing,
whatever situation you are in.
You just have to be good. You just have to, because this man now, he does not even know that he's going to die. Just for him to cross the road and he was hit.
That's all.
May Almighty Allah forgive his souls and everything.
I think I'm going to take this as my last one. Okay. And then
I'll also take the headlines for the two others that I have.
Okay. So, on the Daily Post newspaper this morning, bring 20 million naira or forget your farms. Bandit threatens Zamfara farmers. Farmers in Shanawa, Jangeru, and Galadi communities of Shinkafi local government area, Zamfara State, are lamenting after bandits allegedly demand 20 million naira from them before they could access their farms this harvest season. The demand, according to residents, has sparked outrage from farming communities across the state, who accuse the armed gang of turning agriculture into a ransom business. A resident who spoke on condition of anonymity said the bandit demand come every farming season. They ask for money before we can plant, and when it's time to harvest, they demand another payment. We can't farm on our land in peace again. We must pay the bandits before we can even touch our crops. According to him, the latest threat came with a chilling message from the bandits. Bring 20 million naira or forget your farms. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? These people, they have suffered to cultivate, they have suffered to nurture this seed, and then it's time for them to
me that, okay,
Nigeria, like I always say, Nigeria is a joke. Because 20 million naira, why do you want them to get it?
It's obvious that Nigeria is a joke now.
20 million naira, how? From how many farmers? Farmers for them, farmers are rich, but not like bringing 20 million naira every time for them to harvest.
Is it the sweat? Is it what they went through while they were cultivating the farm?
You know, come on.
Moving to the Nation newspaper this morning, VP Sultan order commits to policies supporting girl-child inclusion. I think that was
Girl Child Day. International Day for Girl Child. Yes. Yesterday or Saturday? I think Saturday. So I think on that same vein, Natasha also said, women race accept shame without protest. Yeah.
We also have it on the Nation newspaper. Konoa rejects planned strike action, reaffirms commitment to academic stability.
Konoa don't come on leg, they know one problem.
Okay now. You can check the details of the story on the Nation newspaper. Konoa rejects planned strike action, reaffirms commitment to academic stability.
Okay. So that brings us to the end of newspaper review this morning on Emirate Radio. Thank you for listening and have an amazing day. I am Latifah Ibrahim-Arowona.
And I am Najeebat Oyerinde.